Hey,
Peace.
what's goody?
Everything is everything. My brother Lord Jamar was cracking.
Welcome back to What You Think, Lord.
Yes,
I thought
sir.
I I thought I'd started a little differently tonight.
Woo.
Um, Shout out to my man 1159. Big up 1159. Single out now. Make sure y'all go stream that right now.
Fire. Fire.
Y'all say y'all want some real hip hop. Y'all want some conscious,
Uh huh.
fucking higher level shit. Well, there it is. So make sure you go support that man. That's right. Produced by myself. Um, yeah, produced, mixed. Uh, yeah, that's how we do. That's how we do.
Yes, sir.
Artie Stacks, what's goody?
Man, everything's good, man. I'm just enjoying this nice, brisk October weather. Not too hot, not too cold, you know?
Yeah, it's all right. Some people like this chillier weather. I mean, it's cool. The hoodies is cool and all that. I'd rather be hot than cold, though. I don't like the cold. I'm not a creature of the cold. I'd rather, some sort of tropical weather than some sort of Arctic weather.
Right, right.
You know,
I'm
not my
just in,
thing, man.
so I enjoy it now, man, when you get that nice little in between before we start getting off into winter, you know?
Facto.
What's cracking
Um,
in what's oh a lot of people did I think a lot of people don't know you for being a producer and a DJ. Let the people know, man, like what's going on the production tip and everything. Let them know.
well, if they know, they know, man. You know what I mean? If you know, you know, man. I've been doing my thing for a long time. You know,
Word.
we I've been doing it from the days when you wasn't even really supposed to get credit. Like it just was supposed to say produced by your group and shit, and y'all just all kind of like took credit, even though some of us might have did more work than others.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Okay.
but then later on, it was like it was about taking the credit, like, oh, this guy, what I mean, produced the shit. So it's like, okay, well, yeah, I'm a producer. I did some things that you heard. You know, you
When
know what
did
I
it
was
become
thinking of doing? I was thinking of starting to play like just unreleased beats on here, just on here, like, you know what I mean? Once a week, giving the people a beat that I just made. You know
like
what
a
I mean?
nice sample?
Yeah, just a beat. Just make a beat that I flipped real quick. You know what I mean?
Right, 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 right,
Not
right,
giving
right.
them the original sample and all that. Just play a
Okay.
beat.
Play
Just
a beat.
playing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna see. It's an
You,
idea I had.
what did Ice
First
Cube
of
say?
all,
Jacking for beats. Ice Cube said jacking for beats. You ain't worried about
yeah,
that?
no, I don't. Nah, nah.
Okay.
I don't jack beats, but
No,
as
I'm
far as the
saying
samples go, nah, I'm not worried about that because
okay.
it's not like it's formally. Trust me, we'd be ahead of the curve. You know what I mean?
Word.
Eventually, they might try to do shit like that, but right now,
Word.
these are not like published. You know what I mean? It's just some shit for a fucking internet show. But anyway, yo, I
Word.
thank y'all for joining us. Make sure you click that like button.
Let's get it.
If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Click the share button. Share with the people. It's all about fucking beating these algorithms on these motherfuckers and making shit pop that they don't necessarily want to pop. And they definitely don't want this to pop. God damn it. We be saying that shit that they don't want motherfuckers to say, but we gotta be careful because I mean, we still want to be here. Y'all make sure
Yeah.
y'all follow me on Melanated People if you haven't already. Um, because we need alternative platforms. And I'm sure that's something we're gonna talk about today.
Yes, sir. That's on the list. That's on the list.
Well, that should be the first on the list.
Yes. Numero uno. You ready to jump right into it, Lord J?
Yeah, what's going on? Talk to me.
All right, man. Number one on the list. Did you hear Lil Boozy? Lil Boozy is happy.
I just said number one on the list, and you take me somewhere else.
No, this is related, Lord Jamar.
Okay.
Little
Okay.
Boozy has been getting his account canceled on Instagram. So
Right.
he
Right.
took the Twitter and tweeted that karma. So let's talk about it. Facebook and Instagram get shut down worldwide yesterday.
Well, it wasn't just Facebook and Instagram. It was also
Yeah,
WhatsApp. Everything that's
WhatsApp.
owned by Facebook,
Correct.
basically, I believe, went down.
Yes.
Um, yeah, worldwide,
Worldwide.
mind you. Um, Now a lot of people say, "What's?" I'm hearing some shit in the background. What am I hearing in the background? I feel like I hear a TV or some shit. You got a
Do you hear
TV?
something?
Yeah, you got a
No.
TV playing where you at?
No. Let me shut this door. Maybe it's echoing from the hallway.
Yeah, I'm hearing some shit in the background.
All right, hold on.
Um. Anyway, they was acting like there was some
Hey,
fucking
Stu. That's giving an echo. Lord G
Wait
said
for
you
the
can hear
brother to
that
come
echo,
back.
like the TV. I don't know. Is that better? Can you hear an echo?
Yes, much better. No, it wasn't an
Okay.
echo. It was a
Like,
TV or something playing.
oh
But
yeah, that was
anyway,
Big Stu was listening on the other side. Close the door.
so um, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing myself back right now in the background somehow.
Okay.
Um, Weird.
It was
Okay.
probably the echo coming down the hall.
Anyway, people were acting like, oh, there was some shit on 60 the night before and all that. Fuck that 60 Minutes, bitch, first of all, because that bitch, the way she was talking, you know, she was talking like we need more censorship, as if Facebook didn't have enough censors, and all this bullshit about false information and all this type of shit. And granted, one of the examples she gave about an African town and all that, yeah, that might be one way to use so-called false information, but other ways that she thinks would be false information would be things that we know is not false information, and that's where it can get muddy. So I'm not fucking with her on that. What I will say is it still was very shady that happened yesterday, and we have to look at what might have been going on in the world at that time. Like what do you think might have been going on that they didn't want the world to be able to communicate with each other in that moment? I think we're gonna find out soon enough that during that time something was going on that probably would have warranted having the internet up. It might have been helpful to some people. Yeah. And then taking it down, it's like, confounding the masses. Like, how did they stop the building of Babylon? They confounded the language so they couldn't speak to each other.
Right. Right. Her message was kind of cryptic in what she was saying. Like you were saying, she was kind of
I don't
half.
even want to focus on that broad, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now that I thought about it after I spoke to you, like she's dangerous. And I feel like people put things out there. Like she might that story could be a plant. Like they want us to go down that road. Like, yeah, this is why it happened. You see, they do some shit, now they're gonna give us a reason for why it happened. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Like, but the reason that they're giving is too much in line with what they want. So is that the real reason? Like, I don't think so. Like that's some game right there. And I wouldn't trust nobody that fucking worked for fucking Facebook and all that, acting like they're a whistleblower. Does she still work there? Did she get fired?
So you think it's like a curveball?
Come on, B. They constantly throwing curveballs.
Right.
This is what y'all don't understand. And motherfuckers keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe and the curveballs and the breaking balls and every other fucking ball these motherfuckers throw. Fucking ridiculous, yo.
Okay, so you sent me some information, and shortly thereafter, I started seeing floating around everyone's social media about that Pfizer, so-called Pfizer scientist. You think that was a curveball?
You said what?
The video footage, I seen it. You had sent it over to me, and then I started seeing it floating around social media about the Pfizer scientist getting exposed at a dinner at a restaurant.
No, I don't think that's a curveball. I think that's, that's real shit. This is what the real scientists, they're getting caught out there talking to people, talking about, yeah, well, I think your antibodies would probably be better, than the vaccine or whatever the case may be. Damn, I didn't want to say that word.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then when they try to get him to say it on camera, he's running and, he signed NDAs and what are these non-disclosure agreements about? What? Why? Why can't you just disclose the truth to the people? You're asking a hell of a lot from the people, so why not disclose the truth to them? That's all. That's all people want.
Did you see I saw the extended version of that video. It's actually 9 minutes long. Did you watch the whole thing?
No.
So there were 3 or 4 different Pfizer scientists.
Right. Well, I saw the other sweet. A lot of them are sweet, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them seem to be like, hey, right. Like homosexuals. Let's just say it. Like the one that was talking about blow darts. You saw that guy?
I don't think I remember him. I remember the Indian guy that he said the reason why is Pfizer's #1 moneymaker. That last year they made $18 billion off of the jab. Because the undercover journalist asked him, and he said just alone last year they made $18 billion off of that. So he said it's a money thing.
Of course, it's a money thing. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying there was this one guy, because this guy that they approached, the video I sent you, he seemed a little sweet too. But there was another one. He was really sweet, and he was talking about, I think the solution is blow darts. We should just blow dart all the ones that don't want to get it and all this type of shit. Like motherfucker, like figure you would want to blow something, right? Fucking anyway.
What is going on in the world today?
Yeah,
what is
fuckery? A lot of fuckery.
Wow. Well, let's talk about your boy, man. Since we're on that subject, we can go back. We're going to talk about your boy, Lil Diddy, man.
Lil Diddy, what did Lil Diddy do now?
Man, it's the nickname for those that don't know in the Yanada Meaners. Lil Diddy, a.k.a. Lil Nas X. He broke up with his boyfriend, Lord Jamar.
Come on. Why are you even reporting on shit like this? Why?
Well,
I don't give a fuck. Huh? Seriously.
Well, this is hip hop news. We're just gonna dabble into it for a little bit, then we're gonna jump off of it. Okay. The reason you reminded me when you said the Pfizer scientists were sweet body boys. You made me think of that.
Well, I'm sorry that I made you think of that, but I don't give a fuck. Like that's the type of shit that they want to go down. Like they want niggas to discuss this motherfucker's, you know what I mean? Relationships and all. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, no, but did you see the tweet he sent out? Did you see the tweet?
I don't follow this nigga. How would I see his tweets?
I don't follow him either, but he tweeted now he misses Punani. He misses Punani
Come
now.
on, see, I don't need to hear that shit. Whoa. Did he say he misses Punani as in he misses pussy?
That was the actual word. Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
See, now it makes sense because I saw what I did see was a tweet from what's the nigga who take credit for everything?
Oh, Soldier Boy?
No, Kirkland. What's his name? Kirkland? Is that his name? Yeah, right.
I thought you was talking about
TK Kirkland.
TK. Okay.
Kirkland.
Well, you know, Soldier Boy always says he was the first in everything. That's what I thought you were talking
Nah,
about.
but TK Kirkland,
Yeah.
a running joke that he's
Yeah.
started everything, inspired everything.
Right.
So anyway, even though, I'm not happy that he still goes on fucking Vlad, TK, but whatever, that's what you do. I guess, I can't.
Looks like we lost Lord Jamar. Maybe some technical difficulties. He'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Got a good show in store for you guys tonight. Come on, Lord Jamar. Got to give this people that nourishment. Got to give them that meat. The meat and potatoes. Please bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. Let me hit up Lord Jamar and see what's going on. All right, here we go. Word. Word, you good?
Yo, my whole fucking browser just closed on me. What the fuck?
Oh, wow.
DK said, hey! Don't talk about this on what Jamar got Facebook. Yeah, my whole browser closed on me. So anyway, like I said, not happy TK still goes to that place. But anyway, so I saw a video where he was like, I told y'all. And it was a video where he was like, yo, I bet you this motherfucker is not even really gay. Like, he's just a fucking troll. He just wants the bag and he's just ready to get the bag wherever he can get it from. And later on, he's gonna fuck around and tell y'all that he's not even gay. So now that must have been, and so now he put this clip up to say, listen, I called it, and I guess that was in response to what you talking about, that this nigga talking about he missed Punani.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like, nigga, you should miss Punani. Like, you should. It's the greatest thing ever given to man. Like, why? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Especially if you've had pussy. Some of the motherfuckers swear off pussy from very young. They got tampered with young. But some of these motherfuckers actually had some pussy and then decided that something was better than that. Like, it's just unfathomable to me. I just don't understand. Like Something that was made for you, brother. That antibody pass is the same as the snack pass. The monetary reset will go on somehow, some way. I didn't even hear about an antibody pass. There's an antibody pass? Thank you, and Andre Mitchell. An antibody pass? Is this some shit you heard about?
No, I haven't heard that. That's the first I heard of that.
Whoa.
I wonder if he meant that literally. I wonder if he meant that literally.
Might have. Look it up.
Yeah, let me see. Antibody pass, huh?
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, if so, he wants to switch teams. He wants to come back to the.
Well, then he tweeted out later on, basically, like, whatever, kind of like it was a troll tweet. So people are wondering if he was just trolling or if he was, he obviously he wasn't serious. He was trolling.
And that's how he wins. You see, people are wondering. The fact that people are thinking anything about, contemplating anything about him is a win for him. You see, when we talk about this shit, when we wonder, hey, is he gonna stop fucking with dudes? Like, was this all a troll? Like, that's all a win for him. Because at the end of the day, the music is trash. There's nothing, you know what I mean? These are all gimmicks to just make you fuck with him. You got a commercial with the nigga Elton John.
So it's his way to stay relevant.
Fucking ponies and shit like ooh, yo, this shit.
Wow, I didn't see that.
Crazy. Yeah, weirdo shit. But anyway, all right, fuck them. Let's move on.
Yeah. All right, let's go into let's stay a little bit on the hip hop side on some music tip with the artists. Everybody probably already know by now, and you probably know this. R. Kelly found guilty on all charges in racketeering and a sex trafficking case in his trial in Brooklyn, New York City.
Yes, that's some shit. Racketeering, though, goddamn, like, aren't they a little reaching with that? Like,
well, they were saying. Well, they were saying basically his managers and people in his camp were rounding up females and women at the different concerts and bringing them across state line. Right. So he can have a rendezvous with them. So that's where the racketeering.
That's what all managers and shit do. Except, I guess they're trying to say that some of these women were underage. That's the thing, yes?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because most rappers that are living that type of lifestyle, that's the job of their manager, is to round up broads and to get them backstage and possibly, onto the jet or whatever the case may be, at the very least to the hotel.
Right. They said he violated what is called the MANN, the man law.
The man law.
The man law is where you bring women across state lines to participate in anything immoral. It's called the Man Act.
That's got to be an old school law right there. Because, wow, so you can't take a woman across state lines and then be like, oh, we're going to have sex? Like, that's, and sex, because it's out of wedlock, it's immoral? Like, that's crazy. Like, I could see if they brought them across state lines to, like, sell pussy, okay? That's some whole neck shit. Like, I understand that. That should be, if prostitution is a crime, well, then that should be a crime. You know what I mean? But if I'm just crossing state lines, so technically, if you cross state lines with your girlfriend, and have sex with her, if they want to, they can call that the Man Act. Yes? Can't they do that to anyone?
Yeah, well, it was started way back in 1910. It started off as the
What
White
exactly?
Slave Traffic Act. The White
Mm,
Slave Traffic Act, also
mm,
called the Mann Act. And it's funny because it was the Mann Act named after James Robert Mann, a
mm,
congressman out of Illinois.
mm.
And there,
So, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, is this sounds very arbitrary? Like, this sounds like the kind of law that, we'll apply it when we feel like it, and we won't apply it when we don't. Like one of those reaching type of laws. Because again, are you telling me that anybody that travels state lines with a woman that they're not married to and has sex with them, that they're committing a crime? Because if that's the case, a lot of people are committing crimes.
well, also coupled with the part that they're
Now, it doesn't
under.
have to be just underage. And see, is that the thing? Or is it just any woman? I need to know this law. I need to know this.
Yeah, let me look up the details here for you.
Look up the details. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Okay. The Mann Act. Some wild stuff. Okay, so now there's a different year, right? Now there's the Mann Act of 1925, and it states here the Mann Act made it a crime to transport women across state lines, quote, for the purposes of prostitution or debauchery or any other immoral purpose, end
See,
quote.
I'm saying
While
debauchery.
designed while designed to combat forced prostitution, the law was so broadly worded that courts held it hold on that courts held it to
Mhm.
criminalize many forms of consensual
There
sexual
you go.
activity.
That's what I'm talking about right there. It's so broadly worded. Thank you, James Anderson. He said, "Peace, Lord." As soon as you said that word and Little Nas X was gone, brother, the 1% watching you, yo. One Love Godcast from UK. I think I actually hit some shit over here, but
So that's where the trafficking part comes. They said there was an organized, ongoing criminal activity. So that's where the trafficking aspect comes from.
mm,
So he's looking at possibly 20 years, but they're going to try to appeal it.
like who would have ever see? This is the thing too. Like you got a lot of rappers out here right now living it up. They got millions of dollars. They're fucking this one and that one, and they're doing all kind of shit. And even just rappers, just people in general, like you could be on top at one moment, and then at the next moment, it's a whole nother scenario. Like, let's just think back, everyone, just for a minute. Do you remember when R. Kelly's reign was like, this motherfucker was the illest nigga in R&B. Like nobody could fuck with him. He was just coming with hit after hit after hit, back to back, and his videos just look opulent, and he just was having looked like he was just getting mad money and having mad fun. Like he was at the top of the world. Never in a million years at that time did we or he believe that fast forward to 2021 that this man would be facing 20 years for the lifestyle that he cultivated for himself. And I'm not saying it was a good lifestyle. I'm just saying that just the irony of how life can work sometimes. Like there's many people right now in the chat that were like envious of R. Kelly back then. Like, damn, this nigga doing it. Like, I remember being like, yo, this nigga doing it. Rest in peace to my man Star. Like, if my man Star could have traded places with R. Kelly, he would have. Like my man Star could sing and Listen, R. Kelly was doing all that shit my man Star was doing, wanted to do, minus the, you know, pedophile shit. um,
Now, back in the day, maybe shed some light, Lord Jamar. When you were on tour back in the day, were a lot of the rappers, when they were on tour going from city to city, they were popping women in the same city, right? And then on to the next. They weren't flying them or bringing them across state lines.
no,
That
yeah,
might be the difference.
I've seen some state line shit happen. I've seen a nigga, I've seen dudes like get up with some girls in one state, and then, you know, all of a sudden the girls is on the bus coming to the next state. And you kind of like, how are you getting these girls back? Like, yo, they're gonna get a ride or so, some shit. They're gonna hop on another, you know, the Greyhound, and they figure the shit out, type of shit. And it's just like, okay, like, but hell yeah, that has happened. Like, you know what I mean? We wasn't moving around on jets and shit like that. Now, ain't nobody putting, you know, we wasn't in that type of situation where we had jets and could put girls on jets. But we definitely had buses and shit like that. And you know what I mean?
Okay.
And I definitely distinctly remember people bringing girls that they might
across
have met
state
and be
lines.
like, you know what? Hold on to this. The pickings might be slim in the next town or some shit. Let me bring this one with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I've seen shit like that happen. Yeah.
Okay. So you may be right. It sounds like they are picking and choosing, and they're picking and choosing to use this against Kells.
Well, and let it be a lesson though, is like knowing that they do shit like this, that they can pick and choose, and depending who you are, like maybe you shouldn't be, you know, bringing women across state lines, especially you niggas out there that got a hankering for them white girls. You know, you got a hankering for them white women. So now you start bringing them white women across state lines. Uh-oh. That's when they start pulling out the Mann Act on your fucking ass. That's when they start looking at all kind of books and shit. Like, how can I? Oh, okay, yeah, the Mann Act. Yeah, let's get him.
Pimping and pandering.
Even if he didn't pimp her, he brought her across state lines for debauchery. Is it not free for a black man to have sex with a white woman? I say it is. You know? And that's the type of shit we dealing with.
All right, man. That's some wild stuff, man. Another thing. So his attorney said that they're going to appeal it, but then word on the streets is R. Kelly said he's going to now snitch on the celebrities that are involved in pedophilia.
Ooh.
So this might get deep.
Go on with your 6ix9ine self. Do it. I would like to see who he says. I would like to see who he says, because if there's other ones out there, they need to be blown up. They need to be brought before the congregation and lashed and thrashed and all the other ashed that we can think of. Yeah, fuck them. Whoever they are. If that's what they doing, fuck them. And some of them, get ready, because some of them might be some of your favorites. Some of them might be guys you really love their music. Hey, we loved R. Kelly's music too, but you said fuck him. So get ready. He might have some other people for you to say fuck you to. Huh?
Now, I was on Twitter earlier today, and somebody had responded to that, and they said, "Oh no, let me see. Let me say R.I.P. to R. Kelly right now. So if something weird happens to Kells, you know what I mean? Something always mysteriously happens. Just so you won't let the cat out the bag."
Is because he allegedly had sex slaves and all kind of shit like that. Like, again, what if he was turned into a fucking sex slave in jail? Wow, that would be quite the turn of events. That's a topsy turvy life.
Did you see the meme? Did you see the meme of him or somebody? Some I know it's not funny, but there was a meme with his picture, like he was thinking like this, and it said, "Oh, I think I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling good today. I think I might let one of them eat." Referring to one of his sex slaves,
Yeah,
because he apparently was telling them when they can eat and when they couldn't eat.
it's fucked up, yo.
Yeah, some wild stuff. All right, a little bit more hip hop news. I'm not sure if you've seen it because they always make it exclusive and then they release it on YouTube. Did you see the battle in Atlanta, Saigon versus Vado? I know we had Saigon on the show.
I didn't get to see the full thing. I saw little clips. Shout out to our own Rod Digger, who was a correspondent down at the battle. She was actually calling me on the phone while it was going on,
Oh, word.
and
What was that conversation like?
well, I'm gonna tell you, it sounded something like this. It started like, "Yo, your man Vado, he came to battle." She said, "I don't think Vado's gonna be such a pushover as everybody thought he is. Vado's doing his thing right now." I'm like, "Oh, really?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was kind of hearing the crowd in the background and all this type of shit, and you know, she was just giving, she was just like, "Yo, this is kind of surprising right now." She was a little shocked that I guess everybody thought it was going to be very one-sided with Saigon, but apparently it didn't go down that way. According to Digger, she said Vado understood the assignment and he came ready to battle. He remembered his shit. Apparently, I heard Saigon might have slipped up a couple times. Yeah, he didn't remember his shit fully or some shit like that.
Yeah, I seen somewhere. I think it's leaning. I think they. I was seeing the same thing. I was seeing the same thing about Vado. That Vado might have took it.
Which is ill. And the fact that anybody's even debating that right now, almost to me, gives him the win in a way, because it's like nobody, I feel like a lot of people didn't see that coming at all. And the fact that we even have to like debate it right now is definitely a point in his favor. Definitely.
Lord Jamar, are you familiar with the young lady by the name of Karen Civil?
Karen Civil. Yes, I've been hearing her name come up in quite a few things. It keeps coming up in scandalous ways, though. One of my first times I've heard about her was she was supposed to be the one that hired Jeezy to present a fake check to this Jim Morrison guy or whatever, some Morrison guy. I forget his first name.
You said a fake check?
Apparently, it was supposed to be, the check was supposed to look like he was giving like $1 million to some online course or some shit like that. Like he was giving scholarships to some course or some shit like that. But really, that wasn't true. That was kind of to make people in the course feel like the course was mad legit. And apparently the membership went up after people seen that and all kinds of shit like that. But apparently they paid Jeezy to do this.
Yeah.
So it was kind of dishonest or whatever the case may be. And that was the first time that I really started hearing Karen Civil. Then I was hearing her name in conjunction with Meek Mill. And now from what I understand, maybe she was responsible for certain campaigns as far as like Nipsey Hussle,
Hmm.
the $100 mixtape and things like that. So
Proud to pay.
yeah, what's up?
Well, the latest that she's getting into it has gone viral versus rapper
That's right.
Joyner
So
Lucas. The Earth is flat. Cameron came out and said that she's all about clout. Rapper Joyner Lucas had
said
that. The
she got him
rapper,
for like 60 grand back in the days.
yeah, 60K, and
Hmm.
they aired her out. They aired her out on Clubhouse,
Right.
which was interesting. I think Whack 100 was in the room, and
Hmm.
Joyner Lucas was just going in,
Hmm. Hmm.
going
Hmm.
in, and Karen Civil was backpedaling, defending herself about what she did with the 60K. And Joyner was under the impression that she could do for him what she did for Nipsey. So I don't know. It's a lot of dark clouds that's starting to form above this young woman's head, and criminal charges may be brought against her from this gentleman by the name of Jason Lee. Are you familiar with Jason Lee?
Yes, I am familiar with Jason Lee.
Okay. Jason.
Hollywood Insider. He was on Love and Hip Hop, and he'd also be on Wild and Out.
Well, yeah, he's an entertainment blogger slash influencer, and he has his own thing called Hollywood Unlocked.
Oh, right, Unlocked. I said Hollywood Insider. Yes, Hollywood Unlocked. Right.
Hollywood Unlocked. So apparently, he recently went on the Breakfast Club and talked about his experience with Miss Karen Civil.
I saw it.
And
I saw it.
what's your
Hmm.
take on that?
Man, I mean, he seemed to, have his story all in order. And, it seemed like she did some foul shit. Apparently, she hired some little young motherfucker to take down this man's Instagram and try to hack his shit or whatever the case may be. And you know, people got to understand certain people, use these platforms to feed themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
Make that bread.
yeah. If you call yourself a professional blogger, like for a lot of these people, this is how they make their bread. And for you to just shut down the page, that's like burning down somebody's business. Like just because you don't, you know what I mean? Just because you don't like the motherfucker, like you don't got no right to do no shit like that to somebody. Like that's some foul shit. Like, and if y'all are in competition with each other, y'all should just whoever's the better one should win. Like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be no shit where I have to result to sabotage and all that. But in the times we live in, Tretch said it best. I do my dirt all by my lonely. You see, if you don't
Yep.
do your dirt all by your lonely, chances are in these times, somebody's got the receipt for your motherfucking dirt. You did. Somebody's fucking screenshotting your fucking texts, or somebody's fucking recording your phone calls or your fucking FaceTimes and all this type of shit, unbeknownst to you until y'all get in a bad place. Then all of a sudden, this motherfucker talking about, I got all your phone calls recorded. And you like, what? A bitch ass nigga did some shit like that to me.
I remember.
You remember that?
I remember.
Ooh.
I remember. This was in the early days when we were forming the Godcast. I remember.
Bitch ass nigga.
You hit me up. What kind of FBI ish is this?
Talking about he was recording phone calls. I'm like, really? Like, first of all, well, if you were, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got me saying nothing contrary to whatever the fuck. But second of all, the fact that you record phone calls shows me you a bitch ass nigga, and I want to have nothing to do with you. You fucking crazy? Yo. It's like, what kind of fucking wired for sound ass nigga? FBI fucking, yo. Better get your fucking ass out of here with that bullshit. And they want to inspire people to like we living in a snitch fucking culture right now. We're living in a fucking, you know, a culture where they're trying to reward snitching to the highest degree. Shit, this can lead us into how about the story I sent you where the motherfucker there's some legislation.
I was
There's
getting ready to get into that. Speak on it.
yeah, yeah, well, there's some legislation that some motherfucker from Florida. Here, let me read the shit. Where's the shit that I sent you? Hang on. It says breaking news. House Democrat introduces forced sterilization 3-child limit bill. Hold up, let me say this again. Breaking. House Democrat introduces forced sterilization / 3-child limit bill. Now, what kind of communist China shit is this? Okay. Now, it says the politician who wrote this says, if there was any doubt that today's progressive left have utterly and completely disregarded your personal medical freedom, then let this be the nail in the coffin. It says a legislator from Philadelphia has just introduced legislation that would limit how many children your family could have, dictate what age you can have a family, and would issue, check this out, this is what I'm talking about, snitch culture, and would issue a $10,000 reward for turning in someone who refused to submit to forced sterilization after having 3 children. As a fourth born child myself, I would have never existed under this law, and neither would so many others. That's what
And I
that.
think it also mentioned if you get in your 40s, once you get in your 40s, you can't have.
Yo, do you see the fucking? Do you see the like the shit they're trying to get away with? Now, this is just a proposed bill. We're not saying that this is gonna be law, but the fact that it's even being proposed is crazy. The fact that it's being proposed is insane. Um, and there's just going to be more and more proposals of madness. That's right, depopulation control. Um, that's why you want to have, you know, people limited to a certain amount um of children and shit like that. Because again, we're right back at that good old genetic survival that Dr. Francis Cress Welsing told us about. All about genetic survival for them. But do you see that $10,000 reward? Ooh,
Yes,
you just had a fourth child. I'm telling, I'm gonna get
10 bands.
yeah, I'm gonna get this money and then I'm gonna fucking you know what I mean? They're gonna take your child.
I'm going to get that bag. You're having another newborn.
Yeah, that's
Promoting
crazy,
that.
yo.
Promoting
That's
that.
crazy. Y'all can't be going along with this type of shit. Like y'all can't go along with this type of shit. Like if this is why you need to be part of the political process to block this type of shit, well then get part of the political process. Because these motherfuckers is going crazy. These motherfuckers is going crazy. You know, and there's a lot of shit that there's a lot of laws that they're gonna try to pass um that we have to be very careful of, very wary of.
Yeah, it's getting spooky out here.
I mean, are y'all down with that? Do y'all believe that, you know, limiting limiting how many children someone would have would somehow save, help society? You see, if you believe that, then you believe the lie of scarcity. And we already talked about this, I think, at another time. But all this shit they talk about resources the earth can't stand, that they're lying. They're lying. They're lying. It's all some bullshit. Okay. Like 95% of the world lives on like 1% of the planet. Some crazy shit like that. Like, there's so much land out there. There's so much everything that we need. Trust me, they can't cut down enough rainforest and all this bullshit that they're telling you about. Global warming and carbon footprint. Shut the fuck up. Y'all motherfucker, y'all, they are just full of shit. And they just want you to, and that's all so that they can come with shit like this. Well, the earth can't stand the amount of people on it, so we need to do something as humans to limit ourselves. Yeah, that's all some demonic, satanic philosophy that we must reject and not succumb to.
Lord Jamar, speaking of wild and crazy bills, did you hear about that bill in California last year called SB 145? Did you hear about that bill in
Refresh
California
my
that was
memory.
proposed? So that SB 145 bill was dealing with the LGBT community. That it said basically the age difference. So if a minor between the age of 14 and 17, if the person that was having intercourse with them was within 10 years of the minor's age, that there would be no jail time. So the bill would not apply to any minor under the age of 14, nor would apply to any age gap larger than 10 years.
So what are you saying? They're trying to sanction some fucking pedophile shit? Is that what you're saying, slickly? What are you
Right.
talking about?
And yeah, pretty much. And the bill didn't pass. So it was kind of, the nuances was kind of similar to this bill that we had just discussed. But it's dealing with that age gap. So in other words, for an example, if a man is a 24-year-old grown man had intercourse with, let's say, a 15-year-old, if it's within that 10
Yeah,
gap
right.
period,
Then
then they
then they
won't,
feel like it's okay.
right, and they won't get any
Yeah,
legal
that's not cool.
repercussions.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
So we're glad that that got shot down. But
Yeah.
don't y'all let y'all these motherfuckers keep abreast of shit like this. You see, keep abreast of the shit that they're trying to slide by, because you'll turn around one day and that shit'll be law, and you'll be like, how the fuck did this come into law? Because we wasn't paying attention. Because we was worried about what the fuck Lil X's shit is doing. You know what I mean? We was worried about shit like that. And meanwhile, these motherfuckers passing laws that let 10-year fucking gaps be excused. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, nah, we're not playing those games. Like, so what are you saying? Hold up. So if the motherfucker's 16 and the child is 6 or 7, is that okay under this law?
There was an age. Well, hold on. Verify, does California SB 145 legalize pedophilia? Let's see. California USA Senate Bill 145. Well, looks like it was recently signed by Governor Gavin Newsom, is getting a lot of attention on social media. So, okay, this is a verified Twitter account from Kevin Falconer. As a parent, I'm appalled that last night our governor signed a law maintaining A 24-year-old can have sex with a 14-year-old and it not be considered predatory. An adult who commits any sex act on a minor 10 years younger must be registered a sex offender. Law must be changed. So if you're 24 and you're with a 14-year-old, it's within that 10. You're not considered a predator.
And I'm just saying, if you're younger than that, what if you're 20 and they're 10?
That I'm not sure of, Lord Jamar.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the whole shit is sick. See, and they're just using that example of 24 and 14, and right now we're like, oh, but now when I lower the age, you know what I mean? It gets sicker and sicker the more I lower the age.
Well, think about it. Think about this. Think about what state this passed in. California, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Hollywood? We always hear stories about Hollywood. California, right?
Yep.
So it kind of makes sense.
Yo, shout out to all the people in New York who are out there marching for their medical freedom. That's all.
Yeah, how is that going? How's that going, by the way?
And they doing a lot out there. They out there, you know. Man.
I feel like that's getting little to no media attention.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm shouting them out right now. Because yeah. I think there's a site that I follow. What is it? New York Freedom. What is it on IG? There's a page that I follow on there. You get a lot of good shit.
Mom's bells.
You get a lot of good shit on there. Oh my. But yeah.
Shout out to everybody getting that bag. So, Lord Jamar, a jury just ordered Tesla to pay $137 million to Owen Diaz. Did you hear about that?
No. Who's Owen Diaz and why he get paid?
He was a former black employee who accused the company of ignoring racial abuse he faced while working there over at Tesla. It didn't go into too much detail about it, but it said that the jury just ordered Tesla that they have to pay him $137 million.
Wow.
It's a lot of money.
So that must have been a nice amount of racism. What up, Miss Ravioli?
Man.
He got $137 million worth of racism. They felt like he.
Man. Yeah, I couldn't go into detail. It didn't really go into detail about the case.
Like,
you know,
think about how much racism that must have been.
$137 million.
Like, yo, you know what? You deserve $137 million.
Woo!
Like, was they whipping this boy? Like,
man,
wow. That almost sounds that like he got reparations for one man. Like,
man,
they gave him self-reparations. And that's what they'll say, though. That's what they'll say. Right? What's his name?
Owen Diaz. Black man, former employee over at Tesla.
Like, what do you mean we never paid all reparations? Ask Owen Diaz. He got reparations. He got reparations for racism committed against him. You see, they want us to take the achievements or accomplishments of a few and like make it feel like that's all of us that are taking part in it. When you have certain celebrities that, you know, you got one or two black guys, well, he owns a team, you know. It's like, yeah, well, all black people own a team if he owns a team. No, he owns the team.
All right, so all right, let me see here. So October 4th, a federal jury on Monday has ordered Tesla Inc. to pay more than $130 million in damages to a black former worker, finding he was subjected to a racially hostile work environment. The
That's what I'm
jury
saying.
did,
How racially hostile was he calling them niggas to his face every day?
right.
But then he
So
got 130 something million. Give me details.
yeah, so it says. So basically, in a message to employees that Tesla posted on the website, the automaker noted the trial concerned racial slurs heard on the factory floor and racist graffiti in the bathrooms.
Ooh.
It also said the 3 times that Diaz complained about
What was
harassment.
his first name?
Owen Diaz. Owen.
Nigger Owen. Like they were probably like, hey, nigger Owen. They were probably calling him on the loudspeaker to nigger Owen to the tire center. Nigger Owen. Just put his head down. Then when he go into the fucking bathroom and be like,
With the black marker.
you'd be like, why do niggers, some fucking corny joke about niggers.
So the jury awarded
But it would say nigger Owen specifically, like in graffiti on the bathroom wall and shit.
The jury awarded Diaz $6.9 million in compensatory damages
Mm-hmm.
and $130 million in punitive damages.
Wow. Wait. Say that
So
again.
it was actually more than $130 million, close to 140. What's that?
The first one in compensatory damages was what? How much did he get?
Almost $7 million, 6.9.
6.9 and then 130.
Yeah, in punitive.
It's a lot of racism. I know a lot of people in the chat is like, please, I'll take some of this racism for that money. Niggas probably suffered. We people in the chat probably suffered more racism than this motherfucker, but he just getting paid for it.
That's a lot of bread, man.
That's a lot of fucking bread for being called nigga Owen. Nigga Owen.
That's basically, like you said, that's the
I go to work every day. They call me nigger to my face. But I just have to suck it up. Wait, where is this at? What was this? Facebook?
That's the reparations right there.
What was this company again?
Tesla.
Oh, Tesla.
Yep.
I'm gonna suck it up just to fucking. I can fucking work at a fucking cool place like Tesla, man.
Wow,
He
man.
knows fucking. He probably didn't even know that. Like he probably didn't even. He's probably one of those black guys that like, oh, it's nothing. Like somebody had to force him to do this lawsuit. Like, I'm used to being called a nigger. I ain't got no problem with it.
No, man, it's just.
Don't make a big deal out of it. Nah, fuck that, Owen. Fuck that, Owen. They can't keep calling you nigger Owen to your fucking face all the time. Ah, man, I don't have a problem with it, man. Listen, man. You gotta fucking stand up for yourself, man. If you don't fucking stand up for yourself, and this is probably a white boy telling him, if you don't fucking stand up for yourself, man, you're never gonna fucking, you know what I
mean? Man. That is a lot of money. That's
Maybe
a lot
you're
of
right.
money.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, man, you should fucking sue him. Way they call you nigger Owen around here, I think you can get paid.
Oh man, what else is
My last
new?
name is Diaz. Are they gonna really believe that I'm black?
Yeah, they said it was a black man. Owen Diaz. What's he gonna do with the money? What's he gonna do with that bread?
Probably go hire the motherfuckers that used to call him nigger Owen.
Hire them
and shit on him. Make him do mad shit for him.
Right.
Wow,
go clean them toilets.
Yeah, exactly.
Go clean them toilets, boy.
White boy Wilford.
Wow. Wow. Oh, you got that show coming up, right? October
23rd.
23rd. DC metro area?
Yeah, Bethesda, Maryland. Yo, what's going on with this fucking speaking of shows, what's going on with this show, the Squid Game? Have any of y'all watched this show?
No, I'm not hip. What is that?
It's a show on Netflix. I watched it, but there's a lot of shit behind it. It's like people are acting like almost watching it is a bad thing.
The Squid Games.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a game where I don't want to give it away, but basically they try to see what you'll do for money. Okay, basically, you know, and it's very extreme. That's all I can say. Check it out. Good writing. It's actually Korean, the Korean show.
Oh, word.
But you got to, if you got your Netflix set up for English, not just subtitles, but to play English like dialogue. So even though they talk in Korean, if you got it set up on Netflix, it'll come out as English. So that's how I had my shit set up along with the English subtitles. Um, yeah.
Speaking of shows, have you been watching that BMF? Between
Yes, I have.
BMF.
Hold up. You know why I say that? First of all, shout out to Young Meech, man. Shout out 1159. Oh, you missed it earlier. I'll play it again. We played the joint earlier. We started the show with you 11.
94 Crime Bill.
Yeah, with the little piece of 94 Crime Bill. We'll play another piece in a little while before we get out of here. What was I just saying? Oh, shout out to Young Meech, man, playing his father. Yo, this
Does
guy,
he go by Young? Does he go by Young Meech or Lil Meech?
I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I'm just calling him Young Meech, Lil
Uh
Meech.
huh.
You know what I mean? I know he's Demetrius Jr., you know? Um, so, but I'm talking as an actor. Yo, he's doing a great job. Camera loves him. He seems comfortable behind the camera. Um, you feel his energy. I fuck with him. I fucks with him. I like it a lot. Um, 50 Cent is on a roll, man, with these shows, man. Like he's on a roll with these shows.
I recently just got into Raising Cannon.
Kanan.
Raising Canaan. When I first heard that show, I was like, why is he naming this after a restaurant, man?
What do
I
you
was
mean
thinking of
naming
that
it after a
restaurant,
restaurant?
Raising Cane's.
Yeah, Raising Cain is something from the Bible.
Yeah, but did you? I don't know if they got it in New York because
Yeah,
I think it may just be a St. Louis restaurant.
yeah, probably.
They just sell wings. It's called Raising Cane's.
Yeah, no, Raising Cain is like an old time expression for getting wow. Oh shit, you raising Cain, but like Cain, Cain and Abel. You know what I mean? In the Bible and all that type of shit. That's
Right.
where the saying originally comes from. Not no
Okay.
fucking restaurant in St. Louis.
No, but there's a popular restaurant where they just all they sell is chicken fingers. I
Trust
didn't
me,
know.
Raising Canaan, the reason why they named it that, 'cause
Right.
it's a pun, it's a play on words
On words, right.
based
From the
on
Bible.
the more popular saying of raising Cain.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they put Cain in, but the original
Right.
saying is raising Cain.
I just recently got into that show. Do you like? What do you think about that? It's supposed to be what a offshoot, offspin from Power, right?
Yes, again, I enjoy it. Um, I like it. They said, "Where at in the DMV, Atmo? We're gonna be at What's
Bethesda.
it called? Bethesda Blues and Jazz. Is that the name of the spot? Bethesda Blues and Jazz.
Also, Digga's in the same town. She's got a show that
Thank you,
same night,
real
I
quick.
believe.
Big Elvis, the chef Rosenberg. Thank you. Said Squid Game was an Illuminati truth dorp series on how one should always read the terms and conditions because you might be signing over your life. That's deep. You know, it's funny because yeah, in the beginning of the shit, they make these motherfuckers sign a contract. See, all of this shit is willing. Um, and when you sign the contract, you know, I knew something was up when they say, you know, if you don't finish the game, you will be eliminated. You know, and so these motherfuckers, well, I'm thinking that sounds a little vague. Eliminated, you know what I mean? Terminate. Turns out eliminated means get your ass murdered, get your ass killed. Okay, fuck it, I gave it away. Um,
Wow. Sounds real
yeah.
sinister, man.
Oh, the shit is ill. Like so now, the shit is like some life and death. You know, people say it's almost like the Hunger Games. I never really watched the Hunger Games,
I never watched that either.
but whatever. My brother told me to watch this, so I watched it.
I'm gonna have to check
I
it
ain't
out.
it. Um, but my show right now is the Wu Tang Saga. Oh, let me just say, I wanted to bring this up because maybe y'all can help me. Maybe the people out there can help me. I need y'all to campaign for me. Now, I don't know if this part has been cast on the Wu Tang series, but if it hasn't, okay, I need y'all to campaign for me. I want to get onto the Wu Tang series and I want to play Papa Wu. Y'all hear me? Ain't nobody gonna be a better Papa Wu than me. Okay? Y'all get on RZA's page, get on Method Man's page, get on whoever's page, Stars page, the Wu Tang page, whoever's fucking page y'all need to get on and be like, ooh, you know what? Don't make me go get the fedora from upstairs and all that. Um, Trust me, Freedom was my man. Like, so I know I could do Freedom. Okay, so Papa Wu, Lord Jamar, Papa Wu on the Wu Tang series. It would make so much sense. Let's go. Let's do it.
I can see that.
Let's do it.
Word.
Thank you, 11. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Now watch. If we make that shit happen, that's gonna be crazy. Thank you, Lily. Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg. Thank you. He said, "Truth drop, bomb." We appreciate you, Big Elvis.
I saw something else real quick I wanted to bring up. It had to do regarding Dave Chappelle. He made headlines not too long ago.
Real quick, I'm gonna expound a little more, right?
Word.
So I'm gonna just share with you. I had the opportunity to audition for this Wu-Tang shit,
Uh huh.
and I turned it down because I didn't like the character. Um, and I told my manager to tell the people I want to play Papa Wu. Now, at the time, they came back and said Papa Wu is playing Papa Wu. Now, rest in peace. You know, Papa Wu is no longer here, and I don't believe they shot those scenes yet. So that's why I feel like I know that spot is open. And I feel like my brother would want me to do that. And I'm talking about Stephen so yeah.
What role did they have for you?
Well, the first time they wanted me to audition, it was some shit. It was like Method Man's uncle or some shit who wilded out at a soccer game or some shit, or a lacrosse game or some shit. And just recently, There was another one where I just seen it was this dude was like he was on the ferry and he was like selling like some shit out of a fucking like a push cart. He ended up
What?
giving Ghost a gun on the fucking he gave Ghost a gun on the ferry and shit. Did you see the episode where you know Wizard had them all meet on the ferry, but they didn't necessarily know they was all meeting up, and Ghost didn't want to talk to Ray, and Ray didn't want to talk to Ghost and Power and all this thing. You didn't see that episode?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I
Well,
missed that one.
it was that episode, and it was just an inconsequential
Yo, I'm
character.
gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Nah, pretty good.
The only time I seen it is when I was at your spot, and I binge watched it. I think it was that first episode or whatever, but I haven't watched it after that. But that sounds like a cameo appearance. So yeah, you want to get the Papa Wu joint on lock.
Yeah, yeah,
That would have just been a cameo, right?
yeah. That's a cameo, and the
Nah,
man was like a bum. I'm not saying fucking bum.
nah.
Unless, unless it's like, you know what I mean, one of those groundbreaking, some crazy where you could do, like a scene like, how Samuel L. Jackson, he was a bum in Coming to America. He was like a bum who stuck up to McDonald's, but that was like a real memorable fucking scene, like where it was almost worth him being a bum. Even when he played a crackhead with Holly Berry in I forget what movie that was. But yeah, only time you might consider some shit like that. But yeah, I ain't fucking with that right there. Papa Wu, that's the one. Let's go. So what else? What else you got for me?
Well, I saw something interesting about Dave Chappelle. The
What
comments
about
he
him?
made. Basically, he was saying what you were saying in the past about the baby. The baby can rap about killing someone, and they don't complain about that as being a career ending, as
And not just
offending.
killing someone, killing black people.
Right, right,
Mm-hmm.
right. But this, I'm just using his words. The baby killing a man wasn't even nearly as offensive as him going after the LGBT community, which torpedoed his career. A disparity Dave Chappelle says doesn't sit well with him.
Now, keep in mind, he's talking about the baby really killed a man. Like he killed a man, yet
Oh,
you
yeah,
see,
that's true.
the baby killed a man for real, and that
Yeah,
helped his career.
like in a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
helped his career. But when he said something that they deemed negative in that community, um, yeah, then they tried to fucking tank his career. And that's just crazy. Like we get that type of disrespect every day. Like every day it's okay to talk about killing black men and prostituting black women and all of that type of good shit. Um but say anything, you know, about those alphabet people and you got yourself a big fucking problem. Like that's crazy.
yeah, that's wild. That
That's
is wild.
crazy. I mean, how long are we going to go for these, you know, for these standards, for this false outrage? Because if you really outraged, then you got to be outraged by it all. But obviously, one you don't give a fuck about. You just give a fuck about you.
That reminded me, Fat Joe did an interview where he said that there is a gay mafia in the entertainment industry.
He been said that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon. So I guess we're gonna have to what? Learn to deal with it, Lord Jamar. What's your take?
Uh,
Well, looks like that's all I got on the list, Lord Jamar. Looks like we ran the gamut on what's going on currently out in these streets and these internet streets.
Hold up. Shout out to Del Monte Green Beans. He said, "Do y'all think some of this stuff is on us?"
What stuff?
Yeah, that's what I kind of. What do you mean by that, Green Beans? This is some of what stuff that's on y'all. Just shit that's going on in the world. I mean, at the end of the day, everything is on us.
Each one teach one, right?
Like we have the responsibility to create, and that's why they want to control your mind, because your mind is what creates the reality, and we're all co-creating together the reality that we live in. So if you could just take control of your mind, we can create the reality that we want to see, not the reality that they're trying to force us to create. And it all just takes the power of the mind, but they need to control that aspect.
Everything starts in the mind first. That's true.
Everything starts in the mind first. So just get that shit together. Get your mind together and stop allowing it to be controlled by outside forces that don't love you. Stop believing in people that have been historically your enemy. Stop believing that they have your best interest at heart when they never have and they never will.
Speak on it, Lord J. Oh, you know what?
What?
I was meaning to ask you this, man. What was your take on Jermaine Dupri and Diddy? I know you saw it.
Yeah, that would be a nice little
Well, Gim, no. Before you go into the, if they actually do the actual verses between Jermaine and Diddy, before you get into your prediction on that, if that happens, I want your take on what happened on that on Fat Joe's IG live when they were going back and forth, and Diddy was like, "Play something, play a record," and Diddy was playing all his joints in
I
his
didn't see
backyard.
I ain't see all that. I ain't see all that. So I don't
Okay.
can't even comment on. I might have seen a little piece. It was just, you know, the Jermaine.
Diddy smashed
I
him.
wrote my joints though. He was like, like I'm in the shit as a writer, like, you know what I mean? Like, he tried to let Diddy know, like, nigga, you don't write them shits. Like, he's like, I write the songs that I fuck with. Like, um,
Well, let me just say, Diddy made him look bad because even all of Atlanta was telling JD play one record. He wouldn't play one record. His thing was he wanted Diddy to sign the contract and let's meet at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta and let's do it official. Diddy was like, "This is hip hop." On some hip hop stuff, somebody challenge you. You don't say, "Let's wait to do this." He was just playing records, throwing at him, throwing it at him, throwing it at
yeah,
him,
but
left
you
and
know
right.
what? That might have been, first of all, he's doing this on Fat Joe's platform. Fat Joe's is signed to Revolt. All of that fucking content right then could have been used on Revolt. You see what I'm saying? Like, that would have been a win for Diddy. Diddy could have tried to sucker him into a free fucking verses in that moment, trying to talk about, oh, it's for the culture and all this type of shit. Like, this is hip hop and all. Nah, nigga, I know what you're trying to do, nigga. Revolt is your shit, and you're trying to fucking get me to work for free right now. Like, nope, not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, not gonna do it. I'm not fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
and you're not gonna pull one of those fucking moves on me. Like, you know what I mean? Because some niggas would have went for it. You know what I mean? Some niggas would have went for it, got all hyped up. Oh yeah, well, and now,
Got in their bag.
man, now they got a whole versus. Fucking other niggas got cut out. Triller got cut out. Everybody else got cut out. He got a whole versus battle that he could put up on Revolt. You know what I mean? And do whatever the fuck he want with it, right in
Right.
that moment. Because your dumb ass got all emotional in that moment. You got to
Yeah.
think before you move, man. This shit is chess, not checkers, baby.
What stood out to me, man, was hilarious when he said, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do when I drop Victory? That'll be the first record I drop on you is Victory. What you gonna do then?" And
I
Victory
wasn't
is a
thinking.
hot record.
But hold up. Let's not get stupid now. Let's not forget Jermaine Dupri when he was on his role. See, a lot of people forget, man. Just like when R. Kelly, we might forget R. Kelly was going crazy. Yo, Jermaine Dupri, this nigga had a lot of fucking hits, and I'm not talking just his songs. I'm talking just like, because Victory is not Puff's song per se, but he didn't even really produce it. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's Puff is,
No, Victory is Puff's song. That was on his album. That was the first song with Busta on his album.
yeah,
Busta and Biggie.
yeah, I guess that is his.
That's his first record that
Well,
came on. That was his off of Puff Daddy and the Family.
it's like,
Puffy will smash JD, man.
yo, I'm saying it's not going to be no walk in the park. I'll tell you that. Like, they both got a lot of joints. Both got a lot of joints. And that nigga JD, like, he got chambers that Diddy might not could go into. Like, he'll fuck around and play some super slow Mariah Carey type of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
But that's when Puffy said he's gonna play Mary J. Blige. He had an answer for that. 112
okay,
total. Faith Evans,
yeah, okay.
Carl Thomas.
Hey,
People forgetting Carl Thomas, Faith Evans.
listen, you sound like a real
I'm just saying.
sound like you cheating.
What I'm no, what I'm getting at.
No.
Do you not think? Do you think that because he's pushing for he wants to battle
A
Dre?
lot of fucking hits.
Do you think that would be a better matchup?
Here's the thing. I don't like that the people that he's going against are people that actually like push buttons and shit like that. And he's necessarily not known for that. But now Dre is a good one too. I mean, think about it. It was Death Row and Bad Boy. That was the battle. That was the That's why motherfuckers got hurt and all of that type of shit. That would make a lot of sense. But I could see JD and Puffy being a good one too. That would be a good one too.
Yeah, I know you didn't. You said you didn't watch the whole Fat Joe show, but Snoop was in the building, and he already told Diddy to his face, "You're not getting Dre. Dre's not even messing with the verses. He's got a whole nother thing that he's trying to do. He's not messing with the verses."
Right. Well, there it is.
Yep.
No verses for you. For you and Dre. So then you're gonna have to, if that's the case, you might have to settle for
Jermaine Dupri.
yeah, well, Jermaine.
PD versus JD. Yep. All right. Yeah.
I could see it. They both got a lot of hits. I don't even have a prediction. I mean,
No, sounds like you're leaning towards Jermaine Dupri.
no, I'm not leaning towards Jermaine Dupri. I just want people to recognize that this motherfucker got joints. Like, don't sleep on him. Don't act like it's just gonna be a runaway in the fucking park. Like, this nigga got, come on. With the Ferrari, a Jaguar, switch a 4 lane. Money ain't a thing. That shit crazy right there. Fucking walk up to Atlanta with a play it. Like that nigga got some shit, bro. His brat shit, fucking like he got a lot of fucking shit. What's this shit?
Yeah.
Some of them remixes for them R&B groups and all. Man, this nigga, I'm telling you. I mean,
Diddy was trolling him. He said, "What are you gonna do? You're gonna throw some crisscross records
well,
at
no,
me?
I know. See, now that's where it
I'm
goes.
gonna smash you when you throw them crisscross records at me."
Jump, jump. It's supposed to make you
Was you gonna throw some? You gonna throw some little bow wow my way?
Yo, that is funny. Nah, listen, to keep it 100, I mean, Diddy is from, from New York. You do got to kind of go with the home team and all that. I mean, he do got the more shit that I would fuck with, Biggie and all that type of shit. Like, of course, I would think that Diddy would win. I'm just saying, don't sleep on Jermaine Dupri. This nigga got mad hits, and y'all, I think we forget sometimes some of the runs that certain people had. He was one of them niggas that had a run. He had a long run. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm not denying that he didn't have a long run, but when we look at, you know how versus is, we got to look at that cultural impact as well. I'm just not sure.
And
Do you think?
and okay. I'm glad you said that because cultural impact is important. And and that's definitely where JD probably lacked was the cultural impact. It seemed culturally JD was always following a trend. JD was always like right on the heels of a trend. Like Criss Cross was kind of was naughty by nature, just in a little kids group. You know what I mean? He styled them off after Naughty by Nature. Um, the Brat was supposed to be like a female Snoop. You understand what I'm saying? Even little Bow Wow, all that type of shit. Um, and he even styled some of the shit musically. So he was not whereas Snoop and them was cultural icons. They're the ones that made people like Jermaine and them put those high pitched sounds in their music, and you know what I mean. um Jermaine was never the type that, like, even the way Snoop would dress with the braids and you know people would start to dress like that. Nobody that ever was dressing like Jermaine Dupri. You know what I mean? Like no one ever stylistically I feel like did anything that Jermaine Dupri was doing. If anything, he was doing what other people did. He got braids when other people got braids, and you know what I mean. I remember he used to have a Jerry curl back in the days when other people had Jerry curls. Um, so musically, his shit was cutting edge, but it's not like a Jay-Z where if Jay-Z put on a throwback jersey, niggas is rocking throwbacks. Then when he put on a fucking button up, niggas is wearing button ups. Like he never had that impact. Whereas Puffy did have an impact like that. Like Puffy literally had Sean John. He literally had a fucking
He styled Jodeci. Remember with the short sets and the high tech boots.
yes. And that was something that other people ended up copying. So culturally, he did make a bigger impact. As yeah, I could see that, and that's where JD lacks, and that's something that has to be considered whenever whatever artist you dealing with. Like, did they have what was the cultural impact?
Cultural impact. Yeah.
Thank you for that. That was good.
Yeah.
Shiny suits. Yeah, hey. Puffy made people. Puffy made people wear the shiny suit.
Shiny suit man.
All right, well, shit. I guess we're gonna get ready to get out of here.
Yep, sounds
Um,
good. We ran the gamut.
yeah. Before we get out, as promised, I want to shout out my man 1159. Um, we got a joint that's out right now, produced by me. It's called.
We need that applause. Come on.
It's called 94 Crime Bill. Yeah.
Word.
94 Crime Bill. My man 1159. Ill ass MC. It's on all platforms now. I'm gonna play the joint as we take ourselves out of here. Shout out to my man Artie Stacks. Shout
Salute.
out to everybody that joined us in the chat, everybody that donated. Wait, was that shit just on the screen like that? Let me see something.
I don't think it popped up at all.
Oh, okay. I was just checking. Um, yeah, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all click that like button once again. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, I started a Telegram just in case. Shit is all crazy out here. What's the Telegram shit? Lord, you just look up Lord Jamar Uncensored on Telegram. That's what it's called right now. Lord Jamar Uncensored. So follow me on there so we can really talk that talk over there, because free speech still reigns over there, and there's certain videos I can share over there and certain shit we can talk about directly. Also follow us on Patreon if you don't want to wait for the segments, you want to get the joints right away. My patrons, shout out to all my patrons. That's what we do over there at Patreon. So yeah, I appreciate y'all. All right, as promised, getting ready to be out, and I'm going to leave you with the little snippet.
94 Crime Bill.
That's right, 94 Crime Bill. It's the second half of the song. You want to hear the full song? Go stream it on all platforms, iTunes, fucking Tidal, Amazon, blah, 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 etc., etc. I know how it is. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. And we out.
Peace.
Crime bill makers, wars in Spain, blacks whipping Europeans. The Porsches came when they sold the cane, praising his holy name. Blasphemy when he bought a chain. The Jesus piece for attention, using the Lord in vain. Mom's belts for whippings, so a boy was trained. Pop's belt to wrap his arm and expose the vein. These blue devils want us to scorch in flames, fighting with my dukes up, but it looked like the logo from Notre Dame. You hear this all when you going insane. Streets haunted by the souls of the babies aborted and slain. When you broke, girls look at you boring and plain. I'm trying to get my bag up like I boarded a plane. Getting chills, my brothers, they getting killed over bricks of white girl. They ain't learning from Emmett Till. Rent stew, moving and getting evicted still. Guess we going Dutch, we splitting cause of the bill. It's ill. Poverty made us some risk takers. When you feel them hunger pain inside the rib cages. 3 strikes, now we slaves in the steel cages. And fuck them 94 crime bill makers. The pain and the trauma made us pill takers. Seeing tears from my mama, that's a deal breaker. 3 strikes, now you slaves up in the steel cages. And fuck them 94 crime bill makers.
We must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter,
And fuck the
my
94
wife, your
crime bill
husband,
makers.
my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street.